Welcome to episode number 3 of this podcast. We are thankful that you're tuning in and that you're watching and that you're subscribing and sharing this podcast. Today we're interviewing a young man, and maybe you can introduce yourself.
So, my name is Trace, and this is my dad.
Well, thank you for introducing yourself, Trace. I'm glad to have you on the podcast. I'm excited what we're going to talk about. And so what is it that you wanted to share with our audience today?
Well, what I want you to ask me today is where I grew up and what my story is.
Where you grew up and what your story is. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's the question right back at you then. Where did you grow up, and what is your story?
In Roanoke, Texas. I was born in Roanoke, Texas. And my story is, so at first, I didn't live with you, but then I was in foster care, and then you adopted me.
Wow, that was a pretty fast transition. So how did that all take place?
Because my birth mom couldn't really take care of me.
She couldn't take care of you?
No, and my other 2 siblings.
Okay, so you ended up in foster care because your birth mom wasn't able to take care of you?
Yeah.
How old were you when you ended up in foster care?
Probably about 4 or 3. 3 or 4.
Yeah, so you were 4 when you came to our house, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So do you remember a lot of things before you came to our house?
No.
No?
No.
Just a little bit?
Not too much.
Okay. So what was that transition like?
Well, I don't know.
You don't know?
Well, at first I was being taken care of a different family before you.
Okay.
And when I heard I was going to leave their family, I got kind of sad.
Okay.
And I felt nervous, too.
You felt nervous?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I can understand that. So, but then you came to our family, and then what happened? What happened after you joined our family?
So I became a Christian.
You became a Christian?
Yeah.
Wow, okay. When did that happen? What does that even mean for you, becoming a Christian?
Well, that I accepted Jesus in my heart.
You accepted
and that
Jesus
he's
in your heart?
the Lord and Savior of my life.
And He's the Lord and Savior of your life? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So what happened? What happened that you accepted Jesus into your life?
Well, I think God had a plan for me to move in with you so I could become a Christian.
Oh, okay. He had a plan for you? Do you think He still has a plan for you?
Yeah.
You do? Yep.
Yeah.
What do you think His plan is for you now?
Well, I don't know.
You don't know?
I want to be a missionary.
You want to be a missionary?
Yeah.
Well, this is news to me. No, I'm just kidding.
Okay.
Where are you going to travel to being a missionary?
Everywhere.
Everywhere? Okay.
My first star is going to be who knows where.
Okay. What are you going to do as a missionary?
Well, preach the gospel.
Preach the gospel?
Make ministries.
Make ministries?
Set up churches.
Set up churches?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I like that. Alright. Well, what else do you want to talk about? Oh, you brought your Bible?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's look at Matthew 17:20.
Matthew 17:20?
Yes.
Okay. I'm looking up Matthew.
So, you're looking up.
Sure. Why not? Are you
Well,
looking up Matthew?
Sure.
Okay.
What life does Matthew live?
What life does he live? Ooh, that's a good question.
He replied, because your faith is much too small, what I'm about to tell you is true. You have faith as small. If you have faith as small as a mustard seed, it is enough. You can say to this mountain, move from here to there, and it will move. Nothing will be impossible for you. I have more, but I'll do later.
Okay, what does that mean to you?
Well, so if you ask God, to help you, he'll move your problem.
Oh, he'll move the problem.
Yeah.
Okay. Like, what kind of problem has he moved for you? Do you know what kind of problem he's moved for you?
No.
No?
No.
You don't think he's moved any problems, or?
Not yet, anyway.
Not
Not
yet.
that I can remember.
Not that you can remember specifically?
No.
No. Well, he gave you a baby sister, didn't he?
Yeah.
Okay.
She was a miracle.
Yeah, she was a miracle. I agree. She was very much a miracle.
Who can sing better, you or me?
Where did that come from? You want to sing a song?
Well, first you sing and then I'll sing and we'll see who's
No,
better.
I should sing?
Yeah, we'll see who's
What do you
better.
want me to sing?
I'm proud to be an American.
Whew, I don't know if I remember all the words.
Oh,
Why don't you start out?
If tomorrow all the things were gone I worked for all my life. Even I forget.
You forgot?
If
I had
the start again, just my family by my side. I thank the lucky stars to be living here today. And the flag still stands for freedom, and you can't take that away. And I'm proud to be an American, for at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the men who died, who gave that right to me. And I proudly stand up next to you and defend her still today. And there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the USA. From the lakes of Minnesota to the hills of Tennessee, across the cities of Dallas, Cowboys, the sea and shining sea. Detroit down to Houston, New York to LA, and there's pride in every American heart, and it's time we sing, stay.
You messed up.
And I'm proud to be an American, for at least I know I'm free, and I won't forget the man who died, who gave that right to me. And I proudly stand up next to you and defend her still today. And there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the USA.
Good job! Woohoo! Way to go, Trace Hirschberger.
I messed up on singing.
Yeah, not too much. That was pretty good.
Especially
8
the
years
Dallas
old.
Cowboys part. You love the Dallas Cowboys.
Oh, you want to go there, huh?
Yeah.
You want to talk about some sports?
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah? Well, I'm definitely not a Cowboys fan, but...
Why not?
Well, because I didn't grow up... I mean, I could be a little bit of a Cowboys fan. Maybe
Yeah.
just a little bit.
Maybe as small as a pinhead. I'd say the Vikings are as small as a pinhead.
For real?
Yeah.
I'm pretty
do
sure they
not
could
like the
squash the
Vikings.
Cowboys.
No, they couldn't. Remember once the Vikings squashed them? The Cowboys squashed them?
Okay, we're just moving right along here. Let's go to something else now.
Yeah. I'm
So-
gonna take a drink.
That was pretty good for not having written that song down and not be looking at any of the words, by the way. He just memorizes that song and sings it. 8 years old. Pretty impressive.
Yeah.
Pretty proud daddy. So good job. Good job for doing that.
Thanks. Oh.
Yep.
So, another thing. So, sometimes it's hard to keep going forward, right? And you want to turn back. But
Sometimes it's hard to keep going forward and you want to turn back.
Yeah, but you don't know what great accomplishment you're going to accomplish when you get all the way forward, so why should you turn back?
Yeah, are you talking about like if we set out to, like we have a goal and we're setting out to accomplish that goal, but then we fall short and then we want to turn back to our old habits and our old ways?
Tell me that story of those men traveling. What was that story again?
The men traveling. You have to remind me. I don't know for sure what you're talking about.
Some of them died traveling.
Oh boy, I don't remember enough of this story to really tell it well. I'll probably mess it up.
Okay, so...
Well, we were talking about the story of the men traveling.
Like 100 miles or more.
Yeah. Well, I'm actually planning on doing 62 miles.
You better not try it. If you do, I'm going with you.
You're going with me?
Yeah.
62 miles?
Yeah.
You think
Bring
you can
water
do
and some snacks.
it? Camp out along the way? But I gotta do it in 24 hours.
24.
24?
All
yeah.
day and all night?
All day and all night.
So, I'll still come with you.
You will?
Yeah.
Well, we'll see.
Why not? I have a lot of energy. Yeah, I'm
You
a
are.
riled up kid.
You're a riled up kid?
Yeah.
You are. You do have a lot
I
of
can
energy.
take down some of my toughest cousins.
You can?
Yeah, like Hunter.
Hunter?
Yeah,
you
he's
can have
pretty tough.
you can wrestle Hunter?
Yeah.
I see.
Now
like
Lincoln can take me down, though.
Lincoln can take you down?
Yeah.
Yeah, because he's a pretty big kid. And he's
But
pretty strong.
He's younger than me.
And he wrestles.
He does karate.
No, he just wrestles. He wrestles in school.
Oh.
So that's probably why.
That reminds me of that once when Gunner almost choked me out.
Who's Gunner?
My brother.
Your brother?
Yeah.
You have a younger brother?
Yeah, and a younger sister who's older than Gunner, even though they're twins. She's like a minute. How many?
I don't even remember. A couple minutes maybe.
Oh.
Like a minute older, I think. Yeah.
Okay. And then Marigold. Ooh.
Yep, she's 4 months old. A little over 4 months old. So do you want to talk more about your story?
Yeah.
Okay. What's like the biggest, one of the biggest things that you've experienced since you become a Hirschberger?
Well, I think going to church every Sunday.
Going to church every Sunday?
Yeah.
What about, what's like the most fun thing you have that you do with the Hirschbergers since you become a Hirschberger?
Well, I think the funnest thing is playing baseball with you guys watching.
You like playing baseball?
And when you're my coach.
Yeah. So you like playing baseball?
Well, I quit baseball. I want to play football.
You want to play football now?
Yeah.
You're not going to play baseball anymore?
No.
What if you could play baseball and football?
Well, still, I'd stay with one.
You'd stay with one?
Yeah.
Why so?
Because I just like one sport better than the most.
You like one sport better than the other one?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So what are some other things you wanted to share with the audience?
Well, what's your story first?
What's my story?
Yeah.
Ooh, that's long. That's a good question, though. My story is I grew up Amish.
Yeah, I know.
Did you grow up Amish?
No, but
No.
look at that screen back there.
Yeah, an Amish hat. So I grew up Amish until I was the age of 19.
So tell me one of those mischievous stories when you're a little boy. Oh, you should tell me that one where someone scared you on a pony.
Oh, yeah. Well, I could tell that story. I would say one of the more memorable stories was when my brother and I were on a pony riding, and we were just, the pony was just walking, but it went past this one building. As it came around the corner of the building, we were riding out back to the field, and as it came around the corner of the building, my older brother decided to jump out of the corner of the building and scare the pony, and the pony scared so much that it whipped around and galloped back to the barn, and when it whipped it around, I fell off the pony and I was dragging behind, crying, and my other brother almost fell off, and then he finally got the pony stopped, and he was able to help me, and I was okay. I didn't go to the hospital. I just got little scrapes and bruises.
Back, right?
Yeah, then we waited for probably a few weeks or so, and then one day it was our turn to scare our brother. He wasn't very happy. But he didn't fall off. The horse just took off, and he had to hang on for dear life.
This guy's pretty mischievous.
I am?
I mean, he was.
I was, yeah, as a kid. Well, we grew up on a farm, so. And Dad was always off to work.
But you stole coconuts from your mother's pantry.
We were hungry. So, I bet you've never eaten something you were not supposed to eat.
Well, chips.
Chips. Yep. You were hungry.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, we would go. I mean, if you could imagine living in a family of 10 kids and coming home from school, and there's 4 boys that are close to the same age and 4 girls that are close to the same age. The 2 older boys were pretty much out of the home by the time I can remember. But we would come home from school very hungry, so the first thing we would do is go into the pantry and see if there's any food in there. And whatever we could find, we would eat.
Thank you.
And we were pretty poor, so my parents were pretty poor, so we didn't have a lot of food in there. But one day there was a whole bunch of coconuts in there, shredded up coconuts, and I ate so many coconuts that I almost got sick, and I couldn't eat coconuts anymore.
How are coconuts sugary? I thought they're good.
If they come in a bag, they're kind of sugary. They're sweet.
Oh.
Or at least those coconuts
I don't
were.
think I ever liked coconuts.
And we always liked to use coconuts to put in our lips to make it look like we're chewing tobacco. We thought that was pretty cool.
Oh, I remember that mischievous picture. You smoking pipe.
Me smoking my pipe. Yep. Smoking the pipe with tobacco, because the Amish, they do that a lot.
They don't do cigarettes.
They're not allowed to do cigarettes.
They aren't?
Nope.
Why not?
Too much like the world.
Oh.
At least the way I grew up. Now, there are some Amish out there that are allowed to do cigarettes.
Yeah,
They're
lots
allowed
of
to smoke
Amish
cigarettes.
are pretty strong Christians.
Are they?
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of them are Christians, but a lot of them are also just religious.
All right, next verse.
You got another verse?
I have a whole paper of them.
Oh, okay.
Luke 18:27.
Luke 18:27.
18 verse 20. Let's look at Luke. Acts. Ooh. Oh, yeah. Well, we're in John. So, do you know any Christians that do not know the verse John 3:16?
Do I know any?
Yeah.
No, I don't know of any that wouldn't know that verse. I think most people know that verse. John 3:16.
Mm-hmm.
But you're going to what, Luke?
Well, I'm in John right now, so I might as well look at it. I have it on my paper.
You're going to John 3:16?
Yeah.
These people are trying to follow along here.
God so loved the world that he gave his one and only Son. Anyone who believes in him will not die but will have eternal life.
That's a good one.
Yeah. Luke comes before John?
Mm-hmm.
That is so
It
weird.
does.
It does? Wow.
Yeah.
The rich man answered, Then I beg you, Father Abraham, send Lazarus to my family.
What is that all about?
It's the story of the rich man and Lazarus.
Okay. Tell me about it.
So there's this rich man.
Okay.
He was very rich, but he had a beggar at his gate of his home.
Okay.
Back then they had gates like we do. So his body was covered with sores. Even dogs came and licked his sores. All he wanted was to eat what fell from the rich man's table. The time came when the beggar died. The angels carried him to Abraham's side. The rich man also died in the place of death. The rich man was suffering terribly. He looked up and saw Abraham far away. Lazarus was by his side, so the rich man called out, Father Abraham, have pity on me. Send Lazarus to dip the tip of his finger in the water. Then he can cool my tongue with it. I am in terrible pain in this fire. But Abraham replied, Son, remember what happened in your lifetime? You received good things. Lazarus received bad things. Now he is comforted here, and you are in a terrible place. Besides, a wide space has been placed between us and you, so those who want to go from here to you can't go, and no one can cross from there to us.
Okay. What did you learn from that?
Well, I think the rich man was kind of being selfish.
You think so?
Don't you think so?
Well,
For not sharing his riches with the poor beggar. Because the beggar went to heaven and he didn't.
yeah. So that is a story that sounds like the rich man's heart was maybe not in the right place.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's not necessarily about how rich he was. It's more about where his heart was with his riches.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
So
the other rich man who didn't want to give up all his things to follow Jesus.
yeah. So it means that yes, you can be rich, but your heart has to be in the right place.
Yeah.
So that when somebody's in need, you can be a blessing to them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because you're pretty rich, aren't you?
Not really.
Not really.
I just blew up all my money last night.
What?
Most of it, anyway.
So you being rich is about how much money you have?
No.
No.
But I'm rich in God.
Yeah. It's not just about how much money you have, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So what is riches all about? But you said you blew up all your money last night. What did you buy? Huh?
Well, I took a gun, put some tannerite on top of my money. I bought a gun and put some tannerite on top of my money and blew it up.
Now I think you're just making up a story. What
Yeah.
did you buy?
So I bought 2 little army sets.
You bought army sets, so you like army stuff, huh?
Soldiers, yeah. So
Soldier.
one's with a boat and one's with a helicopter and a soldier, and one's a boat with a soldier. Only
Oh.
like $10.80 with tax.
Wow. So you
Mom thought
paid
it was gonna be like $11.
for. So you paid for the tax too?
Well, yeah.
Yeah. So what's with you buying stuff? What's with you buying army stuff? Like, why do you like army stuff?
Because I like soldiers
You like soldiers?
and I like
Why?
army stuff.
Why?
Ooh. Because I just like them.
You just like them?
Yeah.
You think they're strong, or why do you like them?
Well, I like a lot of stuff. I like a bunch of stuff.
You like a bunch of stuff, but you have way more soldiers than anything else, don't you?
I have a bucket full of them.
Yes. So what's up with all the soldiers?
Well, there's these plastic soldiers, and we have these firework tankers.
Firework tankers,
So
yeah.
you remember, I put a whole group of my soldiers on it. You lit the thing, and zoom. I should have brought one of the men here. The guys are like black.
So they got blown up in the
Kind
in
of.
the
One
war?
of the guys' hip is blown off.
That's pretty serious. So what he's talking about, we were doing fireworks. We were shooting fireworks on New Year's Eve. And so him and his brother thought it'd be a good idea to bring their soldiers out and set them up. And we put a bunch of fireworks around their soldiers and blew them up. And some of them flew pretty far, didn't they?
Yeah. Remember, we blew up my bucket and one of my plane's wing is completely off.
Yeah, that was pretty fun, huh?
Yeah.
It's fun to blow stuff up, isn't it?
Yeah, if only that tannerite down there would work.
Yeah. Well, maybe we'll have to get some more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You should make a grenade sometime, because didn't you tell us you knew how to make a grenade?
Ooh, I don't know if it's legal to make a grenade.
One of my uncles that's a soldier and a police. I have 2 uncles. I have 2 uncles that are soldiers or a police. One's a soldier and a police, and one's a soldier.
Oh, okay.
So the one, Reuben, you know him, right?
Yeah.
He told me that a guy blew himself up making a bomb.
Yeah, that can happen. You know what they say sometimes.
What?
You mess with the bull, you get the horn.
Tell some jokes. Oh, I have a joke.
You have a joke.
Yeah.
Okay, let's hear it.
What did the train say to the butt?
A train say to the butt. Where'd you come up with that joke?
I made it up.
You made it up?
Toot, toot.
You're funny. You're funny. I bet some people laughed.
Mm-hmm.
At least I laughed.
So,
Is any business advice that you want to give the 8-year-olds that are watching? Or maybe the 6-year-olds? Or maybe the 10-year-olds?
well,
Because you've been working on some business stuff, haven't you?
yeah, I have my own channel.
Yeah.
That's fine if I tell the name of it here.
Sure.
So, name of my channel, if you want to look it up once we get everything edited and stuff, is T-Buzz?
T-Buzzy.
T-Buzzy.
Yeah.
On YouTube.
On YouTube. We'll post some stuff on there, and people can follow your story even more closely, And we'll continue to do some interviews, and they can comment.
And another thing that I thought would be funny, what if a person would listen to these videos and my videos and would notice that you're in my videos and I am in your videos?
Do you think that would be funny?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's probably people that will do that.
Yeah.
That's okay. Well, what kind of business advice do you want to give?
Well,
Because you're a pretty smart businessman, aren't you?
yeah.
Okay.
Almost through a business book already.
Yep. You're reading.
I'm almost through it. You and I are still like in the middle of the book.
So we're studying a book right now together, a business book. What is it called?
Forget, but I do know the owner of it. I mean the author.
The author? What's his name?
Myron Golden.
Yep, Myron Golden. He has a lot of great stuff on YouTube, by the way. You should definitely follow his advice. He's pretty great at teaching business lessons. What's the book called? He's got a book out that's called From the Trash Man to the Cash Man. That's not the one we're reading. We're reading one that's his latest book. Shoot. I don't even remember. I have to look it up. But it's really good.
Mm-hmm.
It's a really good book. We've learned a lot from that book.
He's a Christian too, right?
I didn't ask him about that.
At least he has some Christian stuff on his book.
Yeah. Yep. But anything else you want to talk about? Or what are you learning from the book?
Well, that's a good question.
What did you learn so far? Boss Moves. That's the book.
So,
Boss Moves. So,
are you ever going to have, like, solo speakers here?
Solo? Yeah,
I
I'll
want
probably.
to be one of the solo.
You want to be a solo speaker?
In my channel, I'm a solo.
Okay,
Most of the time, I'm a solo.
well, I can step out and you can speak if you want. You want to do that right
I
now?
might be reading the Bible.
You might be reading the
Because
Bible a
I
lot.
still have a paper to do. He does wonderful things that can't be understood. He does miracles that can't even be counted. Ooh, I'm thirsty.
That's pretty strong.
Time for advice now.
So, what is your advice that you want to leave the audience with? Because they came here to listen to us talk so that they can learn some stuff.
So,
And we got to make sure that we give them some good advice.
Yeah, so what I want to tell the audience is that if you're an entrepreneur, that you should be brave, right?
Yes. You need to be brave.
And confident.
And confident. How do you become brave and confident?
Well, it's like the going forward and backward thing.
The going forward and backward?
Yeah.
So, to be brave is to be what? What do you need to do to be brave? What's something that you've done to be brave?
Well, at a trampoline park, I had to be brave to fall down with a rope attached to me.
Oh, okay.
And an ice bath. Tell them about your experience in an ice bath.
About my experience in the ice bath.
Yeah,
what
first
about
you
your
tell
experience? Okay, I'll tell mine. So, last week, which was the week of Christmas,
Yeah.
I challenged everybody to do an ice bath.
Mm-hmm.
And I've only ever done one ice bath in my life. So we got a big water trough and we fill it up and we put a bunch of ice in it, like 6 or 7 bags of ice.
7.
And everybody gets in there and I got in there. And I felt like the ice was cutting my neck off. Because I sat down into where the ice was right around my neck. So I was in for like 3 minutes and 30 seconds, and I got out. And then, well, before that, we had you go in, right?
Yeah.
So you went in for how long?
A minute.
A minute? What was your experience?
Well, I cried a lot. It hurt Like, my chest was painful. I made it more than one of my older cousins, though.
Yeah, but how long did you make it?
A minute.
A minute?
Yeah. A minute and 0 seconds.
But did you choose to do the ice bath?
Kind of.
Kind of.
And you kind of wanted me to.
Yes.
Both.
I challenged you to do it, right? And
Yeah.
then you chose to do it, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pretty brave. That's being pretty brave.
I remember my younger cousin did it too.
He did.
30 seconds. 30 seconds.
Yeah. And your 10-year-old cousin, he did it for...
I think like 2 seconds less than me.
Yeah.
And then he decided, well, I'm going to go in another time. It was after everyone was in. He barely touched the water for a second, and he was like, okay, I guess not. He's like this far in, and he was like, okay, no.
Yeah, it's pretty cold.
Yeah.
So what else? What else you want to talk about? This is your show today.
My show. Are we having a show?
Yep, we're having a show. We're entertaining people. You didn't realize that?
Well, not really. So,
What are you learning in school?
I forget. We haven't been doing school in like our second week, I think.
2 weeks. You took 2 weeks off.
I think.
But before that, what were you learning? Weren't you learning something about different countries or?
Oh yeah, Africa.
Africa? What
Yeah.
did you learn about Africa?
Like I learned no, not the religions. Like where this body of water is, where this mountain is, where this place is at, where this like stuff like that.
Wow, it's pretty detailed, huh?
Yeah. Another thing to make it more interesting is if you're a Cleveland Brown fans, I'd say they're winning.
They're winning?
Yeah, they beat the Jets like 34-14, I think. No, 17.
Yeah, we watched that game, didn't we?
Yeah. Then this game, Cowboys and Detroit Lions, is pretty tough for Detroit Lions. They had to do a replay kick.
Uh-huh.
And the first kick, they hit it, but the second one, they missed. And what I heard from my uncle was, that coach was furious. Hey, at least the Cowboys won. What's better for me?
Yep, at least they won. You think they won fair and square?
Not really fair, though.
Life is not really fair, though, right?
No.
Well, I think that about wraps it up, huh?
Yeah.
Well, thank you for watching today. We really appreciate you guys tuning in. We appreciate you commenting and liking this video, sharing it. And we also just want to say these videos are sponsored by the Amish Roofer, and you can check us out on the AmishRoofer.com. We'd love for you to use our services if you're in our area, the DFW area. So please feel free to reach out, the AmishRoofer.com, and roofing's never been made easier. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next episode.